For those of you who might be interested, I thought I'd give a little update of what's going on with the hoop house. I did in fact put another cord over the top here and over the top here. So it's really cinched down real tight. Now pretty soon they'll be loosened up a little bit and I'll show you why. But she's holding up pretty good so far. Let's go inside and see what changes have been made. As you can probably hear, it is raining outside. Not much I can do about it. It's going to rain for the next 3 or 4 days, and I'll be pulling the sides down a little bit tighter to keep the rain from coming, but not much I can do about it. It's just, let me see, today is Sunday. It's supposed to rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, which is keeping me from finishing the cabinet on the Sylvania Halo Light TV that we're working on, for those of you who follow my videos. The cabinet, I want to do it on the deck where I can film better, where I can work better, but I can't. It's just been raining, and what little time I did get, wifey's had me doing her little projects. So I wanted to do it yesterday when nice, warm, and sunny, but at the last second she decided she wanted a screen door put on, so there went whatever time I had on that day. Now today's sunny, and of course I can't do it, it's raining. But anyway, getting back to the hoop house, I built a couple of 3x3s, and we've now got onion plants in. They'll perk up pretty soon, start looking real good. I just planted them yesterday. These here are a couple of eggplants. We'll probably put a couple of flowers down the center. Wifey likes to have a few flowers mixed in with her vegetables, like we have over here with the tomatoes. There's a magnolia, I think it's called, and there's another one. No, marigold. It's a marigold, and there's another one. Got a couple of tomato plants in. Looks like when I planted this tomato plant, I scattered a few seeds around, mixing the dirt, the radish seeds. Bummer. You know, well, we'll just let them grow. I've already thinned them out a little bit. The rest of the radish seeds are doing real good. Nice rows. Over here I planted spinach on the right, split down the center here. Spinach on the right, lettuce on the left. A couple of days ago. It'll be a while before it comes up. And we've got more tomato plants here. I planted 3 with another marigold here, and in the back I believe those are carrots. I put carrots back there. The potatoes are, they're just sitting there waiting to sprout through. Nothing yet. And we've got a couple of more what they call Jet Star tomato plants. I've never tried Jet Star. The other ones were beefsteak tomatoes. These are Jet Star with a couple of marigolds in there. We got 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. The wifey always likes me to do that. Over here we have our bell peppers. I had 2, 4, 6 and 1 left over, and I said, well, I'll just stick it in there, see what happens. If I have to eventually why am I dripping water here? Where's water coming from? Oh, okay, it's just condensation. Yeah, if I have to, I'll pull it up later. The cucumbers, I've got the cucumber fence in. I put the fence there with cucumbers on the rear and cucumbers on the front. And whatever leftover tiny little onion plants. Now these are onion plants, not onion sets. If you grow onion plants, you get nice big fat juicy onions if everything goes alright. If you plant onion sets, you basically get like scallion type of onions, And you plant with the fat. You plant with the fattest of the fat. Because onion plants come in bundles. Plant the fattest of the fat. These are the ones that were left over, and I couldn't bring myself to throw them away. So I had some room here in the front of the cucumbers. I said, what the heck, just stick them in there and see what happens. If they don't grow, they don't grow. It doesn't matter. But that's it. Now these wooden slats right here, I'm going to wait till the rain quits a little bit. They're going to go up above the tomatoes. They'll be going across these hoops here. I'm going to be fastening them on the hoop, and they'll run down across these 3 hoops. And then I'll tie them on. The strings to hold up the tomatoes will run up to those slats. Now in order to do that, I'll have to loosen up these cords going across the top of the hoop house, which is fine. I'll loosen it up, put those slats in, those 1x2 slats, and I may put a couple, I don't know, it all depends on how it works out. Then I'll tighten the string back down, or the tension string cord back down over it, and it'll be resting against the 1x2 slat. And I'll do the same thing here. We'll put the slats directly above these tomato plants here, and we'll probably put a short one here just for these 2 right here. We'll be doing that as soon as the rain quits, because I just don't want to mess with it right now. The plants really aren't big enough to be tying up and worrying about. Maybe in another 8 to 10 days, but I'll have to get that done. So that's what's going on with the old hoop house. And the string I'll be using to tie the tomatoes up, I want something fairly strong. I'll be using these right here. This is a masonry string, nice and strong, real cheap at Lowe's. And I'll be using trellis clips. I found out about trellis clips the other day. I never heard of them before, but boy, those are nifty items. I ordered 100 of them, so we'll see how they go together later on. So that's what's going on with the old hoop house. By the way, in order, I just used regular old chicken wire I had left over from last year for a cucumber fence, and I put them up with the wire ties, and then I had some green, a couple of these green poles right here. They're, you know what they are, you've seen them, for bob wire and all kinds of things, but they were too tall. They kept hitting the top of the hoop house, and I couldn't even pound them in because they were too tall. So, next year I may have to move these beds a little further away from the hoop house wall. That may have been a mistake, putting them too close. Anyway, I took them into work, and they put them on their electric, they had this big electric hacksaw, and they just cut them off for me, which made life a whole lot easier. So what'll happen is the cucumbers will get up about this high, and I'll just start trimming off the ends. They don't need to be so high that they're falling all over the place. You can still get plenty of cucumbers out of them. So that's it. Well, anyway, until next time, this is John.